Welcome. Every now and then you see something in some of these solar images that is odd or strange and can't be explained. I found one of these things today by accident. And so I'm going to present it to you and actually solicit your ideas as to what it could be. Well, what are you going to see? Well, first of all, I was using the LASCO coronagraph C3 field of view to look for coronal mass ejections and comets. There's been a lot of coronal mass ejections recently because we've had some flares. So it's an interesting time to be looking at the outer corona. But I noticed an odd object moving from east to west at a different rate from the stars across the field of view. And I've not seen something like this before. So the question is, what is it? Okay, to get you oriented on what's going on here, the thing became visible on the 6th of June. You can see it just on the eastern edge of this field of view here as a bright object. As time goes by, the object moves from east to west, but it's moving at a different rate from the stars. So that means it is not a star. A couple of days later, it's getting close to the support bracket for the occulting disk. It then disappears behind that and comes out the other side, but now it's very faint. So not only is it moving differently from all the other objects in the field of view, it's also changing its intensity quite a bit. And when you put its path together, you get something looking rather like this. Now, I haven't followed it all the way across the field of view because we don't have that data yet. But this is interesting enough that I thought I'd let you know about now, and then perhaps the rest of us could follow it together. So the movie is 1 week long, and it starts on the 4th of June and ends on the 10th of June. I'm now going to show you 3 repeats of the movie. The object first appears from the left. Here it comes. You can see it's moving faster than the surrounding stars. It is now approaching the support bracket, comes out the other side even fainter, and then disappears. Now here's the second repeat. And a third repeat. So the question is, what could it be? It could be a comet, but I don't see any evidence of a tail. It could be an asteroid orbiting the sun between the Earth and the sun. Actually, between Soho and the sun, I suppose. It could be some debris slowly orbiting Soho itself, although that seems unlikely to me. It can't be something orbiting the Earth, as Soho is at L1, but that's the gravitational neutral point between the Earth and the sun. So anything beyond that point is going to be orbiting the sun, not the Earth. Or it could be something else that I haven't thought of, and your ideas would be appreciated. So what can we expect? Remember, the object dims as it approaches the center of the field of view. That could be for a number of reasons. First of all, the filter that the C3 instrument uses has a radial density gradient. So as it gets closer to the center of the field of view, the amount of absorption that the filter has is increased. So anything, even if it's a constant intensity, would appear dimmer as it gets to the center of the field of view. Also, any three-dimensional object will have a less favorable viewing angle from the sun as it gets between the observer and the sun. So you'd expect it to be dimmer when it's immediately on the Earth-Sun line than when it's at either edge of the field of view. Either way, we should expect it to get brighter as it gets towards the western side of the field of view. If we could get enough observations of this object, we could work out its orbit, at least roughly, which may tell us a lot more about what it is or isn't. We should be able to follow it for at least another 3 or 4 days If you have any ideas of what it could be that are different from the ones I've already suggested, please enter them below. So until next time, stay safe and goodbye.